So, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put a text box on this form. But we're not going to put a text box. Instead, see how there's a text box? There's also this thing called a rich text box. These two things are different in very specific ways. I'm going to use a rich text box for this example. Now, what is, and I'll even just bring a text box up here as well just to show a little bit of a difference here. So here we got a text box on the bottom, we got a rich text box right here. If I just hit start, whoops, there we go. So if I type into a normal text box, see how it just stays on one line? If I hit enter, it doesn't do anything. I'm hitting enter, nothing's happening, it's not moving to a new line. In a rich text box, I can keep typing, it'll wrap the text inside of it. I can hit enter, I can make spaces. And of course, if I go down further, this little scrolly bar appears, and I can scroll from up and down. There are more options with a rich text box. That's going to make all the difference in the world here for this assignment, especially if we're dealing with 140 characters, which is what Twitter has. So, make sure you have yourselves a rich text box, not a normal text box. Oh, come on. Control-click, delete. There we go. And I'll just make it big enough just so people can see it. And of course, as always, make sure you rename things. So I'll name this, I don't know, I'll name this RTB underscore my text. Whatever. That's my text box and it's a rich text box, RTB. Once again, you don't have to follow my naming conventions, but as long as you have some sort of internal organization. I know the solution's not saved. I haven't saved anything yet. So, and then of course we're going to also have ourselves a label, which of course we can change it, and I'll just name this to, I don't know, LBL remaining text. Why not? So, allow me to explain something here. We are going to be using integers, but to understand how we're using these integers, we're going to have to go over how a char is. C-H-A-R, char. So, for example, if I were to just simply type this in right here, C-H-A-R, I have just used 4 cars. Because a car, the actual type of variable, dim blank as car, a car is a character. So it's essentially one letter. So A is a character, lowercase a is a character, 1 is a character, exclamation mark is a character, @ character. These are all just individual characters. So a char variable is remembering one specific input. And every single string is multiple chars. So if I were to say, hello world, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, space. That space counts there. That is a blank character. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This phrase right here, if I were to do something like, you know, printing out my car to this label here, it would say I had 11, which would be, you know, car.length, I believe, if I were to have actually, you know, put that properly. You know, if I were to put, you know, like my label 1.text equals car.length or something. Yeah, if I were to actually code that out, it would have given me 11. So, that's what a car is. And we're going to be counting the number of cars inside this and putting it onto an integer.